folks. Welcome back. We have a nice little impromptu live stream in the middle of the day on a Wednesday. Is this Wednesday? It's October. It is literally, we are 3 months away from the end of the year. It's Q4, guys. Q4 in the Pokemon hobby. Welcome to Q4 in the Pokemon hobby. This is it. I'm going to give everybody a chance to make it in here before we really get going. I just have a few things I wanted to kind of get off my mind and really throw out there, answer a few questions that I feel like I get asked every single day from multiple people, whether it be in comment sections or, live chats or DMs or whatever it may be. So respond to those and just, give a little tough love. Like the title says, just give a little tough love. I don't think enough people give it out there in this hobby. There's a few people that are given to you straight. And then there's a lot of sugarcoating, a lot of like soft bedside manner, telling you what you want to hear, even when it's not the most helpful thing to hear. And that's what we're going to do, because that is what we do here on Nostalgianomics. But I hope everyone's having a great week. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We already have a question. Are you thinking of parking any money in Riftbound? I am not. I'm sticking with Pokemon. It is king. But Dubs Edition, hey, it's a good speculation, dude. If I'm speculating right now, dude, I'm going to speculate on like grading cards or things like that. I'm not going to speculate in other TCGs, but you could do well. Okay. So 2 questions that I am getting asked every day right now is, one, it's obviously revolves around the drama, which it's so stupid, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, and I'm not going to answer a lot of questions on it. I just want to get my response. Everyone keeps asking for my response on all these things. So if you guys aren't aware, there's like, I don't know, multiple content creators that every so often, I don't know, it's usually every few weeks, they pick up on something I say in a video and it gets shared around, I don't know, maybe like a Discord, and then like a bunch of people make videos about me and, trash me, trash the channel, trash everyone that supports me. You can see that in the videos, in the comment sections. It happens on Reddit, on Discord groups. And so here's my response. All right. I'm going to try to get this across the best way I can. There's a group of the hobby, okay, that feels like they're disenfranchised. They feel that product is unattainable because it's not at retail locations. They feel they're getting priced out or left behind. And they're very angry at anybody who doesn't share their opinion or who isn't feeling that way. Anybody who does have the means to buy the things, anybody who has a business that is successful, anybody that invests who is successful, and anybody that is collecting for value and enjoys seeing the values of their collectibles go up. And that side is always going to clash with the other side, the investors, the business owners, the people who are looking to make extra money operating in the hobby, the people who are collecting for value, enjoy their value of things going up, still open packs because they like opening packs, even though they're more expensive. They like the bigger value cards they can pull. Those sides are always going to clash. And there's always going to be content creators for both sides. And so the content creators you see talk trash on me, on my viewers, on my channel, they're just the ones that are, in my opinion, pandering to that audience or speaking to that audience, because that audience is looking for that, right? And they give them everything they're looking for. They share in their misery. They share in their complaints. They, everyone needs a bad guy. So they point at me and they say, see him? That's the bad guy. And so I'm like the face of the bad guy in the hobby. And it gives everyone something to kind of rally behind and feel a part of something. And it just gives a place to go and complain about all the things that, they don't agree with or they're unhappy about. And you have to understand that. And everyone that like makes a lot out of this internet drama, you have to understand what it is and not make more of it. And that's my motto. And so it's like, people will say things like, Alex is rage baiting. Alex is trying to create enemies. Alex is not doing any of those things. I would know. I'm him. Nice to meet you. What I do, I make videos for my audience. I make videos for people who are looking for market advice, who are running businesses, who are investing, who are looking for value, who are looking to make plays, who don't need any soft bedside manner. They don't need any soft voices. They don't need coddling. They don't need any of that. They just want the hardcore truth, facts, and they don't care if you give it to them straight. That's my audience. That is my demographic. That is who I have made videos for since the beginning of my channel and who I will always make videos for. Just because the market is doing some crazy things, these videos really piss the other side off. Now, 2 years ago, my videos didn't piss them off. In fact, 2 years ago, I used to get made fun of for investing in Pokemon and how stupid I was. Now, fast forward to the market's hot. Now everyone's mad because we own the stuff and they don't have it. Fast forward to, I'm sure, years in the future, maybe things are slow again. We'll be getting made fun of again. It'll be the constant cycle. But if you're going to change who you are and what kind of content you make based on the whims of the mobs or the whims of the markets, then, I mean, honestly, you probably just don't have that strong of beliefs, or you just don't have thick skin, whatever it may be. And that is what's going on. So that's my response to all this drama and stuff. Yes, I see it. I get it. It doesn't bother me because that's not my audience. I'm never going to make content for that side of the hobby. If you're looking for that, and if you come to my stream and you say, Alex, I just like to play the game and collect the cards and I don't care about value, you're not going to like my channel. And I'm never going to make content for you. And that's okay. You don't have to hate me for it. Just go find people that are part of your tribe that you enjoy, that you want to make it. You don't have to come to my channel every day and tell me how much you hate me because I don't talk about the arts or, you know, how value is meaningless. It's not going to happen. And so that's why I don't get too serious about it. And everyone wants me to like get involved and do response videos. And I don't care. I get so many messages at this point from all the success from my viewers, how valuable their collections are. They've made down payments on houses. They paid off their houses. They've bought new cars. They've took vacations. They've changed their lives. They went full time in the hobby, changed their life. I have so many people send me messages like that, that all of the small amount of hates from the people that are just angry at life, it doesn't bother me. It's not going to change anything. So that's my response for that. The other kind of tough love I wanted to talk about, tough love. You do not need validation for what you want to do. When you come and ask me questions like, Alex, should I buy this product right now at this price point? Should I sell it here? Should I hold it now? Should I trade this item for that item? What, you know, before I had a channel, before any of your favorite YouTubers or content creators had channels, before any of the big businesses were large businesses, everyone started out right the same place you are. And we all had our own ideas. Everyone had their own ideas about the market, about, you know, cards, sets, about their own, you know, philosophy on how to become successful. And we all put our philosophies to work. Some became successful and did really well. Some didn't. And none of us were second guessing ourselves. You always second guess yourself, but no one was like going out looking for validation on saying, oh, well, I asked him and he said it was no good. I guess I'm not going to do it. You don't need to do that. Take action. Believe in yourself. Make the plays. If you think something's a good hold it. If you think something's ran its course and it's a sell it. If you think something's a good buy and you can afford it, buy it. Don't look for others to tell you it's the right move or it's the wrong move. Because guess what? If they're right, yeah, everything's good. If they're wrong, you're going to be so upset at them, where you should be upset at yourself because you let somebody else influence you into doing something you didn't want to do. Now, I'm not saying don't take advice and don't learn more about the markets and learn more about the business side and you know, take other people's suggestions and then put it through the ringer and see if it makes sense for you. But don't just ask people questions and depending on their answer is what you're going to do with your money and your situation. Everyone's situation is different. Everyone's financial situation is different. Everyone's time frame is different. Everyone's at different ages, different spots in their life, their journeys, everything. Nobody's got the answers for you. Nobody. Not me, not your other favorite content creators, not your favorite business owners. No one has the answer that's right for you. And that's what a lot of people don't want to hear right now. The other thing I want to talk about before I take Q&A, you guys ready? Stop letting the fear-mongering of a crash affect you. Anyone pushing this has either not been around very long or is purposely trying to create fear for content's sake and to, again, appeal to that side of the audience that is secretly wishing things would crash so they could buy some. I've had the fortunate experience to go through multiple downturns in this hobby in the last 10 years. I remember there was a downturn a lot of people don't talk about in 2007, 2008, or 2017, 2018, where graded cards really took a nosedive. They were starting to reprint some XY era sets, and there was a big, massive fall off in Pokemon, and a lot of trust was lost. It did recover, obviously, into COVID. There was a giant crash after COVID, much more on the vintage side of things than the modern side of things, but a massive crash, right? During all this time, businesses were still operating. There were still tons of sales volume, right? People were still making money. People were still buying collections. They were grading cards. Businesses were still selling sealed product. Everything was still operating, just at a different level. Also, if you drew a straight line from 2015 to 2025, guess what? Everything's up. There's ups and downs and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's overall up. Meaning, if you would have just held and not worried about all the nonsense, the ups and downs, the crashes, the booms, you would have beat up on money. But you're so worried about the day-to-day, the week-to-week, the month-to-month, the year-to-year. You're so worried about the crash that you're losing sight of the big picture. Also, not everything crashes, guys. In 2022, when all the reprints were coming for the Vivid Voltage, the Battle Styles, the Shining Fates, Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, why wasn't Sun and Moon crashing? Why wasn't XY crashing? Why is it that if you bought Team Up booster boxes at the height of 2021, when it was like $800 a box, why are you still up 10x on your money today or more if you would have just held? Right? Why is everything recovered 2x, 3x, 4x from where it was back then when everyone thought it was over? Why did I go full time in the hobby when things were still in somewhat of a bearish or flat market? Why was I able to be successful? Because, guys, when things downturn, okay, you can actually move more volume sometimes because things are cheaper, okay? More people are willing to sell at lower percentages, meaning your margins can actually go up on collection buys. It actually becomes safer because when the market's flat, it's easier to grade cards and have them sit at PSA and not worry about if they're going to spike, if they're going to go down, and worry about your margins there, right? Stores are able to move much larger amounts of sealed product because they're getting more and selling at a cheaper cost, right? And so everything still operates in a bear market, but this fairy tale version that people want you to believe online is like the market's going to crash and like everyone goes out of business and TCG Player closes down, eBay loses their entire trading card category, and card shops close and nobody buys cards anymore. And it's so asinine that people really think this way. It's alarming that so many out there believe it. The last thing I want to say is, I'm not here to tell you when it's going to crash, if it's going to crash, if it's going to keep going. All I'm going to say is, if everyone out there is still saying how much they're going to buy if things get cheaper and how they have money on the sidelines and, oh man, if it ever goes back to X price, I'm going to buy so much. You know what that tells me? Hear me out here. That tells me everyone still believes in this stuff long term. They just want a discount. It's never been that way before. And so if everyone believes and everyone's got money they're looking to dump into it, how far can it actually fall before all the people start dumping that money into it, getting their positions that they believe in for 5 years plus because, oh yeah, it's happened 100% of the time? Does anyone ever think this way? Or are we so caught up in, the big flashy headlines and the graphs going down and this like vision of Armageddon that everyone's always waiting for in their heads? Does anyone ever think about how that will actually happen? Because there's just so much stability in the hobby. There's so much data. There's so much confidence that the only thing we all disagree on is timing. I could ask anyone that hates my guts in this hobby that thinks I'm wrong about everything and say, do you not think prismatic evolutions will be worth more now in 5 years? There is not a single person I don't think you could find that will say no. They're all going to say yes. So the only thing we disagree in is the time frame. Some people are going to say, well, Alex, I don't think it's smart to buy when things are in print, or I think they're going to keep printing it into the ground. I think it's going to be cheaper at X, Y, or Z date. I wouldn't buy it till here. Those are all very real, legitimate arguments. And I take all those into account. I accept that. I understand. I just disagree. And so I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I've been buying into Prismatic because I don't think, after seeing the amount of product they dropped, that they're going to be able to get it that low again in the future, in the next year and a half that it's in print, which, by the way, it's only in print for another year and a half. And so I disagree. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. We'll see who's right. But the fact that no one's even disagreeing that it's going to be there at some point in the future, it just may take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. That should tell you all you need to know about this big correction, bear market, Armageddon market crash everyone's talking about. How's that going to happen? How's that going to happen with this much confidence, with everyone buying more than ever, with everyone wanting to buy more than ever? If you dropped Mega Evolutions down to MSRP, how long do you think it would stay there? I would be buying mass amounts. I'd be backing the truck up. All the investors would be backing the truck up. It would rebound to 250 extremely quick because so many people will be buying because they have the data on their side to tell them it's a good choice for an alternative asset investment. And so, guys, watch all the content you want, but understand when you're watching something for entertainment and when it's actually educational based on some sort of facts, data, past history, whatever it may be. And so those are kind of just the tough love I wanted to get out today. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. And so no, I'm not going to respond to all the clips people send me of, videos that are made about me with me in the thumbnail, my name in the title, whatever they said. Look, obviously no one likes when people hate them. Nobody likes when people talk trash on them. Nobody likes when full comment sections and full Discord groups and Reddit groups are full of people trashing them, right? I'm not immune to that. But at the same time, do I care enough to change the entire thought process I have in the hobby or change the content on my channel because I know how helpful it already is to all the people that do follow me and take the advice and put it to work? No. And so it's not rage bait. It's not trying to create enemies. It's brutal honesty with no bedside manner, no sugarcoating, right? And if people don't like that, tough luck. Tough luck. That's where we're at in the hobby. Take it or leave it. If you don't like me, click off the video. Go watch everyone else. I don't care. That's all I got to say. But I do wish everybody the best. And let's go ahead and take some Q&A. All right. What do we got? What do we got in the old Q&As? My thoughts on XRP to the moon. To the moon, baby. In your opinion, will prismatic ETBs surpass 151 ETBs in 5 years? I don't know. The cases, I think prismatic cases have a better chance of catching 151. I think the ETBs are just too plentiful because of all the prints in Costco and Walmart or Costco and Sam's Club that I don't know if it's going to reach 151 because 151 was so scarce with no reprints. So I don't know. Scarcity plays a huge role in this stuff. Let's see. Last night's stream with Eli, you had mentioned you have over 10,000 packs of prismatic. Was this 100% true? Curiosity, are you looking for more? Say 20,000 packs if the price is right. I mean, technically it's true. I don't physically have them as of yet, but they're in transit right now, currently on hand. I probably have somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000. And yes, I've already confirmed the deals for up to 10,000 or a little more that are on the way. So yeah, it's true. I mean, in 3, 4, 5 days when all the mail gets here, it'll be true. So I would say that's true. I've already closed the deals on them. Actually, I am going to respond to this. One is to go call haters fat and lame. I do want to respond to this. You guys want a real apology? All right. If Kyra, I don't know how she pronounces her name. If she is watching, if anyone wants to send her this clip, I do actually apologize for the name calling. That's not right. I spouted off because, obviously I got heated in the moment, and I actually do apologize for calling her names. I always like to fight things with facts and data and logic, and I definitely spouted off when I shouldn't have. And so, yeah, I actually do apologize for that. So that goes out to her. Everything else, though, I stand by everything I say in my videos. All right. Honestly, bro, we're all adults. Fact, they're just wasting their time. With all honesty, most of them have more product than their viewers. Oh, for sure. And that's the hypocrisy of it. Most of the people talking about this hobby like it's so bad and they're so unhappy, they have product too. A lot of them are sitting in front of product, and it's just it's so hypocritical that I don't even want to get into it. Yeah, I agree, Jeremiah. It's nasty, man. It's nasty. It's like rules for thee, but not for me, right? Yeah, I mean, guys, what it comes down to, I'm just over it. I'm tired. I want to be around people that are going to better me, and hopefully I can better them. I don't want to be around complaining and negativity and, people that are just like upset and angry at the world. I don't want to hear it. You can be successful in a bear market. You can be successful in a bull market. You can be successful in a flat market. I don't care if Trump's president, Biden's president, Obama's president, Bush's president. I don't care if the economy is set up better or worse for you. I don't care if taxes are higher or lower. There are still ways to overcome and get ahead if you put your nose to the grind and you put the work in, take some risks along the way. I just don't get into the whole complaining crowd. And that's why I just don't respond to a lot of it, and I just stay out of it, right? That's just how I am. I don't know, maybe it's how I was raised. It's how I came up. I grinded for everything I have. And so I have the feeling other people can too. Would you trade booster boxes for Sword and Shield boxes if you got them for MSRP? I don't know. Depends on the box. I would rather have most Scarlet Violet boxes over Sword and Shield at the current prices. I believe in Scarlet Violet more than Sword and Shield, but that's my opinion. I only make fun of Alex for Pogo. Other than that, he's pretty spot on. Hey, man, even Pokemon Go has paid off. Oh, man. Appreciate you, Abraham. As always, my man. Hey, Nonstop Dre, what's up? Pokemon collector booster boxes need to come out. Oh, man. Pokemon collector boxes with serialized cards? Now, there's a hot take. That'll really split the community. For serialized cards or against serialized cards? Let's see. What do we got going on? Czar Lurking, what's up, dude? Appreciate your honesty and your transparency. I will say you can be an investor, make this a business, and still collect and enjoy the art and the hobby. You can do both. Of course you can. Absolutely. Just don't tell anyone that. It's a hot topic. I had someone ask me, what if it crashes? My answer was, so what'll happen? Open cards with my kid and have lots of fun. Either that or, you dollar cost average in, get your cost basis lower. And then when things recover, you actually get back to even quicker. And then if things go back to the old price point before the crash, you're actually up money. As long as you can hold long enough, it's like saying what happened to people who were in the market when the S&P crashed from what it was like 13,000 down to 6,500. Well, if you jumped off the roller coaster, you got hurt. If you stayed on the roller coaster, kept your hands and feet inside of it, well, you ended up okay. In fact, if you bought more, you actually ended up better than ever. So, I mean, that's just kind of how investing works. If investing's not for you, don't hold product, right? Like you said, just open it and have fun. Okay, here's a good one. I'm more neutral. I rather hear all sides. Not a fan of being Nomic or Team Rocket Joey fanboys. There seem to be idiots on both sides. In the end, do what's best for you and makes you happy. Dude, if people would have this take, we would have a much happier crowd in this hobby. If people would just agree to disagree and move on. Like, it's that simple. I'm watching you and Pokemon follow your footsteps. I just had a son, so I need to build something from home. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Brian is also a great person to watch. He will not lead you wrong. And Brian's been putting out some great content again, too, man. Man, these last couple of videos, I like anyone who's going to give it to you straight. I don't want to hear the fence sitting. I don't want to hear the pandering. I don't want to hear people trying to spare feelings. The content I like people giving it to me straight, give me the fact, given their opinion, whether I like it or not, just give it to me, right? Hit me with it. I'll decide how I want to take it. I don't like well, I could see it this way. I could also see it that way. Maybe you do this, maybe you do that. Here's how I feel. You don't have to feel like, I don't want all the touchy-feely stuff. But here's the thing. Other people out there love the touchy-feely stuff, and there's content creators out there for them. And you don't have to be upset that people like those creators over me or over you, or everyone's going to find the place they enjoy. And there shouldn't be anything wrong with that, but apparently there is. Yo, found your content just before Surging released. You encouraged me to buy 2 booster boxes at 100 each. Now I've got 3,500 invested with a value of 12K. Appreciate you, man. And you're one of the people that I do this for. That story just made up for any hate I get right there, dude. Love to hear it. Glad you took action. Congrats, man. Why does Astral Radiance suck and not move at all? I don't know, dude, because the Starmie V is doing well. The Garchomp V is doing well. I haven't checked them a champ, but there's cards in the set that are actually moving up in value. I don't know why Astral's not seeing any love right now. I really don't. It's got alt arts. It's got a very beautiful trainer gallery. Has the legendary birds in it. I don't get it. I really don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Question on collection boxes like Blooming. I hear a lot of people don't like them because of the space. Think there will be a premium on sealed ones. Seems like a great opportunity. Absolutely. There's always going to be a premium. It's just, is the premium going to be worth, like you said, the storage and the space? Will it be worth the shipping in the end? If you're selling them as cases, I think that greatly reduces the shipping cost and isn't as big a portion of the sale, especially as they age and become more expensive. So my thoughts are, here's my thoughts, guys, with any product. If you own it and you have the space, keep it sealed. If you go to sell it and you got to break it down and make it most efficient, you can always break it down later. You can't put it back together. So unless space is an issue, always keep everything sealed, in my opinion. Would I sell high-end slabs like Charizard XY276 promo PSA 10 in the current market? Yes. Not specifically that card. I don't know exactly what that market's like. If you want to know, I have been selling slabs. I invest long-term in sealed product. I make short-term plays and I grade cards to get slabs, and I take my profits on those and I roll it back into more plays or more sealed product. That's my strategy. Sometimes I hold on the slabs a little longer, 6 months, a year, couple years. They're always a short-term play, and I do always move them when I see the profits that I want to see, or the market, is at a place where I think it's a good time to sell. I am selling my slabs every, so often. And so, yes, I've definitely sold slabs like that recently, and I will continue to. And I continue to put it in more sealed products. So I can't speak on that one specifically, man. But yes, in general, I usually agree with selling slabs when you make gains. And this isn't because that you can't do well with slabs long term. It's because I'm a wuss. I don't want the volatility of the slabs long term. I don't want the crazy ups and crazy downs. I like the nice, smooth, steady lineup like sealed product has. And so, yeah, you can do a lot better investing in slabs, but you can also do a lot worse, and it's a lot more risky. So I just take the nice, easy sealed product route. It's a much more stable investment for me. What are your thoughts on scalpers? The evil scalpers. They're another ones. Look at them. That's the bad guy. Isn't it just business masked with a different word people harbor hate towards? So I think what most people think of when they think of a scalper is somebody that goes to, Walmart or Target, gets there first, and does the big swoop and takes every single thing off the shelf, and then immediately goes to the parking lot and makes their listing or sells it to somebody right in that parking lot and makes a profit, right? I think people have kind of built on that word, and it's like almost anybody who makes a profit in this hobby. I mean, they probably think people who buy raw cards and grade them are scalpers, or they think people who, bought a box at release and held it for 6 months, now it's worth more, they're a scalper. Like, I don't know the definition. I don't know where people draw the line. My thoughts on it. My thoughts are, if an opportunity is there, people are going to take the opportunity, right? And the only way to stop this is the retailers or Pokemon themselves. And even the retailers can only do so much, limit one per person. You can come with a whole group of people, all get one or whatever, your family, your friends. Online sites have tried to, I think, limit, but somehow bots get by or other things happen. Or Pokemon just needs to print more. And, obviously that's not able to do right now, apparently. And so I don't blame people, right? Everything is just opportunity. When opportunity arises, people are going to take advantage of it. So my thoughts are just like, if it's there, it's going to happen. That's my thoughts. Alex apologizing arc. What is this? We want evil Alex. What, dude, this is funny. Evil Alex. What have I ever said that's evil? What have I ever said that's evil? I'm just a guy that started collecting Pokemon in 2015. I started investing in Pokemon in 2016. I started buying and selling and trading and building a collection, building an investment, making money, making a side income. I went full time in Pokemon because I found a way to make enough to support myself. And the ideas I had about investing panned out. And so I shared those with other people on a YouTube channel. And that's evil. That's evil in today's world. But no, like I said, I don't regret anything I've done on YouTube for the most part, except, calling someone names. It was out of line. And I do apologize sincerely. But other than that, man, what have I done? What is evil about buying a retail product and putting it away because you believe it's going to be worth more in the future? It's crazy. What's up, Drewski? Congrats on hitting 100 subs, by the way. I saw your video. What's up, Bryce? Respect. Nothing wrong with admitting you were wrong. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, everyone can get heated in the moment sometimes. Prismatic bundle display. Black Bolt White Flare bundle display are 100% premium over 10 loose bundles because EU exclusive. Will the premium remain so high? It may. If they never reprint it, for sure, it'll remain high. Again, that's risky. It's a brand new set. If they do reprint displays, it's gonna definitely crater and maybe become much less of a premium. And you just have no idea what reprints are coming in the next couple of years. I think I wouldn't personally be buying into displays at those high prices. And if I did own some, I'd probably end up taking some of the money off the table and then keeping some in case I didn't. I'd probably buy or sell some, keep some type thing. But I definitely wouldn't be buying at the premiums right now because it's too untested. Opossum Bud made a good point last night. If Opossum Bud's making a good point, I got to hear it. He's tired of hearing people complaining. Oh, dude, are me and Opossum Bud going to become friends? About not getting product, but they don't even try to catch restocks. They sit around and watch YouTube and cry. So, guys, okay, I want to explain this to you. And by the way, I agree. Listen to the hypocrisy here. I want you guys to hear me out. You have the group of people saying, I will no way, no how ever pay over MSRP for a product in print. Okay? I go out and I buy ungodly amounts of prismatic evolutions in which I say in a video, I paid over MSRP for every single one of them. The same crowd gets angry at me for buying it all and not leaving it for them. But they just said they would not pay over MSRP. Why am I wrong? What did I miss? Do you see the levels of hypocrisy that continue to arise? How can you tell me I'm not going to buy something and then I say, oh, okay, I'll buy it. And then they say, you should have left it for me. You didn't want it. You didn't want it. You said it was too expensive, so I bought it. Why is that my fault? I'm not going to Walmart, Target, and Costco and Sam's Club. I don't even log on Pokemon Center and try to get anything from there. I have not bought anything from retail establishments as long as I can remember now. It's been over a year. I buy from others. I buy from the secondary market at market price. It's mind-numbing, guys. It is mind-numbing. But yeah, I'm with Opossum, but again, I'm not even mad at people. I'm just over it. It feels like a 5-year-old that you're just they're like yapping and whining and crying. It's like, go to your room, and shut the door. I can't take it anymore. That's what I feel like at this point. I'm not angry. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. I just don't want to listen to it. I don't want to be a part of the whining, complaining gang. Since you move full time, how do you get consistent cash flow for day-to-day activities? Just slow liquidation over time. Yeah. So luckily, like I said, I took a portion of my collection, and we were already debt free. Me and my wife, before I went full time, we got debt free, other than our house. And then I eventually took a portion of my sealed investment. I sold it off and paid our house off. So luckily, we have very, very low bills, and I make much more than I need to actually survive. And so I rinse and repeat a lot of that back in the business. And then I take small portions out every time to put inventory away for long-term holds. So, I would say if you're in a situation where your cash flow is tight, and you are full-time, you may need to sell off some positions. If your business is the main way you make money and you're holding sealed items, it may not be time to start holding and investing yet. You need to get your business stable, and you need to be cash flow positive and have enough to, run all your operations, buy out inventory, all that. Then you start investing after all that's done. But yeah, so I'm past that point where I have enough liquid capital for running expenses. And so I'm able to put the rest away into investments now. Another person, Dubs Edition. We don't need another tier of boxes for people to just run up the price. So Dubs Edition's against the collector boxes in English. Okay. We have two sides of the aisle in here. I like it. For Destin Rivals, would you recommend buying individual boxes or a full case? I can't recommend buying it right now. I'm not buying it right now. I'm not. I think at this point, you either have to be okay with the fact that you might have to dollar cost average in, or you might, end up going through a reprint where you're down for a while, and then, you're just looking for the next 3 to 5 years, or not buy and be okay with missing out. I'm in the camp where I have a little bit of Destin Rivals, not near as much as I want, but I feel like right now there's better options for my money, and I'm willing to take the risk of not getting more than take the risk of putting into something that I think could underperform for the next couple of years, when I think other items right now are ripe for the picking at good price points that may not be at these prices in a couple of years. And so I'm hedging my bets on other items like Prismatic and other things, and I'm actually foregoing a lot of money into Destin. But if you're looking to move in, as long as the case premiums are not more than 5 or 10%, I would say a case. If they're astronomically high, way more than 5 or 10%, I would buy loose boxes. That's my opinion. Did I see the jobs report this morning? I did not. Marco. Did you want to fill me in? Is Phantasmal booster box cases at $14.50 US a buy? Look, Phantasmal guys, you guys, anyone that doesn't know me, I don't really comment too much on things that are that far out. I don't care about Phantasmal until it's closer to release. It's too early for me to speculate on that. So sorry, man. I'll answer that question in like 4 or 5, 6 weeks. Ace, how do you view the long-term value of super premium and ultra premium collections that are coming out? I'm personally not buying them. And this kind of goes back to when the Charizard UPC, the original one in Sword and Shield, came out. I did not buy it. I took enormous amounts of hate for it. And overall, I was right? It released incredibly high. And then eventually there were reprints that came, and it crashed down to $80, at which point I did buy large amounts of it. And then I got called a flip-flopper and all these different things. But the truth is, I like every item at a certain price. Every item in Pokemon, I would buy it at a certain price point. I'm not going to overpay, in my opinion, for some of these items when there's other plays out there, other sets out there that I think are much better pickups for the time being. And I'm okay missing out. If you're a collector and you just have to have one of everything, maybe you just buy one at market price and not worry about it. But I am not buying into things that come out of the gate that hot. In my opinion, it's too risky. Guys, I'm at the point where I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be like king investor, right? I am not trying to be king speculator. I don't need to beat everybody's gains. I want to protect the gains I already have. I want to take the most high probability plays. I don't need to take the crazy, like, go to the moon plays. So it's just some of those products just seem too high, too risky. I'd rather put in other things. That's my take. And again, I could be wrong, right? You guys could outperform with every single one of those. I could be 100% wrong, and I'm okay. The difference is I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being wrong, right? Because if you guys are up like 200% and I'm up like 100% or 50%, I'm happy. I'm still good. I don't mind losing. But what I'm not okay with is being down 50%. I'm not okay with that because, then you have the dollar cost average in, wait for it to come back. Meanwhile, other things you could have bought are all running without you. Your money could have been there. I just rather take the safer routes. My wife screams folks every time the YouTube comes on. She knows nothing about Pokemon. I love it. Shout out to your wife, man. I love it. Gotta get in the folks mode. Gotta get the energy going. Do I think Giovanni's SR English 151 and PSA 10 is undervalued? Yes. It's the same price as Japanese PSA 10 and it's $15 raw. Yes, I've made a video about that card. I've made a video shouting out that exact card. And yes, I think it's very low for what it is. Beautiful card, Giovanni in Persian, SIR 151. I can't believe it's as cheap as it is. Alex, fastest way to grow a business is to reinvest 100% of what you make. But at some point, everyone wants to make money from this. How do you decide how much to take out versus to reinvest? I wish I had that answer, dude. It's not perfect science. Everyone's answer is going to be different based on their own situation. It's based on your risk level, based on, your goals in life, your debt. Like, my goals in life are going to be significantly different than other people's goals. There are people in this hobby that I've talked with, and they will tell me, Alex, I have no plans to ever retire. I just want to continue to do what I'm doing as long as I am physically able to. And then other people I'll talk to, they're saying, I want to get to retirement and race there as fast as possible. I want to take any, plays that I can to shorten the gap of my working life as much as I possibly can and get to, financially free and independent. And then there's everything in between. And so it just depends on how much you're willing to risk to get to your goals at the speed you want and being okay with the consequences if you don't. So with me, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm definitely taking high risk plays. I'm investing a lot of my net worth in collectibles, but I'm trying to take the least risky routes in collectibles. I do try to diversify into other assets as well. I do keep cash on hand for deals and obviously emergencies. And so it just depends, man. There's no perfect science for it. I just don't, that's one thing I can't answer for you, dude. I'm sorry. Yes, we need to stop short-term perspective and go long-term. I agree. When the rapture comes, your seal will be too heavy. You might get left behind. So ridiculous. I mean, hey, man, speaking about like the rapture and stuff, hey, it makes you realize how truly meaningless all the stuff is, right? And so don't give any of this stuff too much power over your life. Don't let it make you really upset. Don't get too high on it. All this stuff is meaningless at the end of the day, right? We're all just trying to do the best we can for, ourselves, our family, friends, help the people around us, and do what we have to do to make a living, to be able to live the lives we want. Look, for the most part, people are not out to get you. They're not evil. There's evil people out there. For the most part, if you talk to anybody in any country, most people just want to go get a job that they don't hate, that they kind of enjoy, to make money for their family, for their wife or husband, for their kids, to go be able to do the things they want to do with them, to support them, have a house, food, all those things, get nice things they all strive for, and just live their lives. And, that's most people. And I think if most people live through that lens, they would realize that like things aren't as serious and divisive as people are making them. Everyone just has a different way of going about them. They have a different way they see the world. And it shouldn't be a thing where we're at each other's throats over it. I have not seen Other Versus new promos. I have not talked to Sam in a while. I got to reach out to him. Thanks for the reminder. I'll check him out, Lee. All right. What else we got, guys? Any questions we haven't taken? Any new stuff? I appreciate all the love and support in the comment section, by the way, guys, if I didn't take your comment or question. All right. With all the problems Pokemon is having with distribution, do you think Mega Evolutions booster boxes will dramatically drop in price, or do you think they will maintain 300 plus cost? I don't think so. I honestly don't think they're going to drop that much. I think they may see a flash drop. Maybe they break 300. Maybe they go into the high twos. I wouldn't expect to see anything in the mid or low 200s. I wouldn't expect MSRP. I think there'll be a time to jump in if you guys are waiting for a drop. I think there will be some sort of drop. There definitely will be a correction. I just don't think it's going to be a massive one. Honestly, if we saw $250 a box, I think that would be a stretch. And so that's my take. That's my take. Looking at people like TCA Gaming, GOAT, Leonhardt, GOAT, even though there's a lot of people who don't like Leonhardt all of a sudden. It's almost like Creed or something, or, Nickelback, right? Everyone hates random things all of a sudden. Everyone hates Leonhardt, but, everyone loved him for years and years on YouTube. One of the biggest Pokemon creators ever. GOAT in my book. Alex, who started collecting and selling slowly when Pokemon wasn't as popular? They grinned over time. They grinned and over time have the capital gains because of it. Yep. 100%. Guys, I'm going to share something profound with you. Something profound. Consistency over time equals profit. Consistency over time equals profit. And that formula can be put into anything in your lives. Anything you want. If you are consistent with something for a long enough time, eventually it's going to pay off for you. And as long as you keep that mindset, it really makes everything else become very, very quiet. All the other voices fade away, and you stick to the path and keep grinding, and eventually you get there. Consistency over time equals profits. What else we got? Do you think grabbing prismatic SPCs are still good buys at 250 to 300? I mean, in terms of good buys, I think they'll be worth more in the future. Sure. Am I buying them? I'm not. It's one of those things. It's just one of the items I've decided not to get. I went the bundle route, the ETB route, the PC ETB route. And then I bought other ancillary items like, obviously you saw the poster collections, things like that. Just because of the loose pack price, people, all the funny people in the comments are like, "You're so stupid. That's such a bad product. I thought you said not to buy those products." I'm like, no, I said, if you can get them for a better price than what loose packs are, it makes sense. And I bought all of those for less than what you can buy loose packs for. And so, I just buy products that I think are the best possible play for the time being at the price point. And it just made more sense to buy that stuff than it did the SPCs. Doesn't mean the SPCs won't do well. It's just I made a different decision. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. We will see. How do you confirm sealed products? If it's sealed, isn't there a risk that there could be counterfeit or something? I don't know. I guess it comes with experience dealing with stuff so many times. There's always that risk, but I don't know. I've been doing this stuff for 10 years, probably handled, I don't know, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of items. Never had one. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen them. I've held in my hands, but I've never got fooled or scanned by one. If you're worried about it, buy from large, legitimate sellers. Do not try to take the too good to be true deals out there with crazy low price points. Go after buy from the very large, legitimate sellers that are established, have tons of positive feedback, that are some of the largest stores out there. You won't get scammed. You won't get scammed. Don't buy from sketchy individuals. You're fine. Appreciate you following the videos for so long. Thanks for all the support. Would you ever consider doing one-on-one coaching calls for investing? I do them. I just don't advertise it. I actually just had one this morning. Shout out. Well, I guess I don't know if he wants me to shout him out, but yeah, I mean, for actually another fellow YouTuber that's up and coming, doing great stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I offer one-on-one coaching calls. And so, yeah, you can reach out, nostalgianomics@gmail.com, or DM me on Instagram or Discord, and we can talk about it. I just don't really advertise it just because, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know why I don't advertise it. I just kind of keep it as a thing where it's kind of by people reaching out and asking for it, and I definitely offer them. What do we got here? What have we got? Question. What do you think of Prismatic Lucario EX Premium Collection? How does this product stack up against Prismatic products in perspective? So that falls into the ancillary category for me. Whereas I would only buy those if the price per pack made sense. I would not put a premium on the sealed product or the promos. If the price per pack made sense to me, I would buy them. If people were trying to sell them at a premium, I'm not interested in paying a premium for some of these collection boxes. Just me. Unless they're like really sought after promos that you think are going to perform well, where you're also making a play on the promo. Some that come to mind are like the Kingdra Greninja boxes from Shrouded Fable, obviously the Evolution boxes from Sword and Shield. Whenever you see a crazy alt art SIR artwork or something that's a promo, even like the Victini boxes from Black and White may be a play. But anytime you see things like that, you want to make a play on the packs and the promo, it could make sense. But I don't see anything in those that's going to be like a massive play promo wise. So it would just be a price per pack play for me. Been doing this for 10 years. Buy at MSRP and forget about it 3 to 5 years. Now 1,000% more Pokemon investors in the hobby. Should I change my strategy? I'm not, because I think if there's 1,000% more Pokemon investors in the hobby, I think there is 10,000 more percent Pokemon buyers in the hobby. And so as long as that ratio remains, I'm confident. If I was offered Destin Rivals at $250 each and somebody reputable is offering 12 cases, would you buy them? Yes. I mean, yeah. You take every one you can. You'd flip some of them onto the market to reduce your cost basis even more, put you at like almost no risk, and just keep the rest for basically no risk play, man. It's obvious. Obvious play. Do I think Mega Evolutions or Destin Rivals is a better set, both opening experience and investments? God, dude, I have the hottest take on this ever, and people are going to hate me for it. I like Mega Evolutions. The Mewtwo in Destin doesn't do it for me the same way that Crown Zenith Mewtwo or the Shining Legends Mewtwo does it for me. And I like the pull rates. I like the gold chases, how hard they are to hit in Mega Evolutions. I don't know, man. It's close. For me, it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck. I definitely don't like put Destin Rivals as a clear winner. I definitely understand people that like Destin Rivals better, but I also understand people who would like Mega Evolutions better. So it goes both ways. And me, I came in the hobby in 2015 in XY. So Mega Evolutions always have a special place in my heart. I still love the XY era. So that's also a probably factor for me. Let's talk portfolio diversification. Do you prefer 20 to 30% of net investments in graded singles or sealed? Sealed all day. Sealed. No question. Don't need to think about it. Thoughts on the Umbreon V alt art? No idea, man. Anything that spikes like that, I end up selling and taking profits on. So I don't own any Umbreon V alt arts, but yeah, congrats to everyone that still does. Are you worried about people breaking into your house, stealing your inventory? What should I think about collection to prevent this? Yeah, collectors investment services, or sorry, collectibles insurance services is the company I use. There's also, I think, Collect Insure is another company. You can pay for insurance. It covers fire, flood, theft, pretty much all the different things. You send them pictures. You send them, like spreadsheets of all the things that are in the pictures at market price. You get discounts for having like things like security cameras on the product, security cameras on the house. And they cover you fully. And then, you can also get insurance with them to like cover your shipments. So like, they'll, as long as you send signature required, they cover all the shipments. So you don't have to purchase USPS or UPS or FedEx insurance. They cover it. There's a deductible, but they cover any like high-end things that get lost. You can turn into them. And so get insurance. And then also, I don't want to get too morbid with it, but we live in a red state. We live in Missouri. There is a, whatever they call it, the castle law here, where you can defend your property if anyone breaks in. And so me and my wife do always carry. So there's always that. Come in my house uninvited. It's not the place you want to be, because if anyone comes to my house, I am very fearful of my life. And I would think they're there to kill me. And so I would have to stop them from killing me, because I don't think they're there for my product. I think they're there to hurt me. Can't even weigh WotC booster boxes. It's the packs. And this guy yelling, you can weigh some new sets. Not the pack weighing thing. It's so funny. What I always love is this happens so often. It's so ironic. So many times in the live streams, when I do pack breaks, we have people come in the live stream and they literally are talking about these packs are weighed, they're searched, they're weighted, they're scanned, they're metal detected. And then almost every time, I kid you not, we'll pull like an alt art out of an Evolving Skies pack or a Fusion Strike pack. And then the people go straight silent. And I'm always like, from the weighed, metal detected CT scan pack, we pulled the Umbreon VMAX. What do you have to say? And they're just crickets, silent. So yeah, all that stuff's just, guys, it's, again, content is driven for clicks, for drama, for engagements, for shares, all those things. Understand that, especially, I mean, come on. How old is everyone here? Isn't everyone young enough now? We're in the age of AI. We're in the age of, content. You can basically show anything. You can make anything look the way you want it to look, and, show your side of things. Like, stop taking stuff so serious online, guys. I did not see Pokemon Pocket's earnings were down. Is that foreshadowing? Dude, I've never downloaded that. I can't name anybody that actually plays that. I think that is a completely different demographic. Myself, I would never care about opening an online pack. So I don't think that's indicative of the physical product at all. It was cool for anyone that like wants a secondary option, but it doesn't surprise me. And I don't think it's indicative of the actual physical market now. When NFTs went down, it didn't kill crypto. With the hype behind the bubble Mew, he's actually in a bubble, legitimately in a bubble. What's the outlook on cards by the same illustrator, for example? Yeah, I don't get into the illustrator game. I know Shinji Kondo is a big thing right now. I don't know if other illustrators are going to pop up because of that. That is a very big, very big speculation. If you want to go that route, go for it. Like I said, trust your own intuitions. I don't play the artist game, so I wouldn't know. Could be. Definitely not saying no. Definitely not saying no. We don't get to have guns here. I'm thinking of picking up archery. I love it. I love it. Do you want this forever or want to retire early? I want this thing forever, man. Ever, man. Hey, Pokey Pastor, what's up, man? Appreciate seeing you in the stream, dude. Congrats on all of your growth on YouTube. I definitely want to reach retirement early. Like, I've been very clear that is definitely one of my goals. That's why we live so frugally. We invest so heavily. And I do take large risks on my investments, both in Pokemon and the stock market, because I am trying to race to that finish line. Obviously, I could get there faster if I took heavier risks, but I'm taking a comfortable amount of risks to reduce the amount of working years me and my wife have for sure. Now, does that mean like leave the hobby or leave everything? No, because like, I still enjoy jumping on YouTube and making videos. It would just be a huge pullback from the day-to-day operations to where I am not working so much, right? And also not on any schedule. So those are the two big things for me, is the quantity of work and having a schedule. If I don't have a set schedule and I'm not working a ton, it makes it more of a hobby again, less of a business. So yes and no, I want to get to financial freedom, retirement early, but what that looks like, I don't know. I do not know, sir. Hey, question from Sweden. Are you worried about people break? Oh, not this again. I already took that. Would you consider one-on-one coaching calls for investing? Yeah, Wall Street. I took this one too, dude. Yes, I do. I do those. Feel free to reach out if you want to sign up. Reverend Rips, what's up, dude? Consistency over time means profit if the right investment. 6 to 12% of salary aggressively in the market since 21. I retired at 55. Enough said. Love it. Love it, man. I hope you're enjoying every second of it, brother. Hope you are enjoying every second of it. Oh, man. Do I think alt arts will outperform and be on the same level as older sets and vintage? Mostly because people appeal to the newer arts. Absolutely. By the way, they're already more expensive than a lot of vintage cards, even first edition cards. Even first edition. And so, yeah, I think they're going to continue to do that. They're much harder to pull, guys. Alt art cards are like the hardest cards to pull in the hobby. Much harder than anything you saw in vintage. The only thing that vintage has going for it is there wasn't as much printed. And yeah, I think the appeal, the artwork, the demand for them, I absolutely think they are going to continue to outperform vintage cards. Absolutely. I stand by that. I agree. That's how I feel. Gaming Forte, what's up, dude? My day is going good, man. Official mod status. He's got the mod status now. All right, Wall Street, I will get back to you, brother. Thank you. What do you think your riskiest investment is at the moment, or do you not take huge risk? No, so I have a brokerage account for the stock market, and I definitely like hold some more risky stocks in there. I would say some of my stock holdings, not in my retirement accounts, like those are just like mutual funds, ETFs, or like index funds. But I definitely hold some risky bets in my trading account, my brokerage account. So I would say those, some of the stocks I hold, probably the riskiest. Those feel riskier than Pokemon to me, which is crazy. The stuff on you that you rip on stream is not from your positions. Right. Yeah, I have separate inventory for streams and then long-term holdings. Yeah, it's completely separate. Completely separate. All right, guys, I think I am going to start winding down here. We've been going for an hour. It was a good impromptu stream. Gosh, 450 people showed up to hang out. Really appreciate you guys. Hope everyone's having a great week. Happy Wednesday. We do have a stream tonight. If anyone wants to show up for the stream, guess what? You don't even have to buy any packs. Just show up. We do this just opening packs. We just hang out. You can show up tonight, 7 p.m., hang out. You don't got to buy anything. Just come to chill. We'll talk. I'll open some packs. You'll see some pulls. It's fun. It is fun. How will Azur Lane be compared to Nikki? Well, the first Azur Lane performed extremely well. I think it'll probably be similar to Nikki. Maybe better. Who knows, man? It depends how crazy the cards are. Depends how crazy the cards are. Yo, Raptaku. We got why is Muse Celebrations Hollow spiking over 800 right now? I'm tempted to buy and grade bulk eBay list singles, but they can't sustain, right? I doubt they sustain, but it's just one of those things, man. There's crazy buyouts and things that happen on the market. There's crazy, just like, I don't know, like discovery of different cards at different time periods. And for some reason or another, everyone wants it and prices go crazy because there's not a lot out there. Eventually the market will stabilize and correct. To what price? I have no idea. Do you have time to still grade and get in? Probably at the price point they're at, but because they're so cheap raw, but it's a risky play, but you might be able to do well. I'm sure a lot of them have been picked through already because everyone's kind of seen that by now, but there still could be some out there that are gradable. Alex, thoughts on the ETB issues happening with Mega Evolutions? Hearing the new cheap plastic is melting in some of the pallets. Short-term price, but I have not heard that. That's very interesting. Yeah, if a lot of them get damaged for some reason, of course the scarcity will be a thing. They could have short-term price spikes. Be careful though. ETBs are one of those items that get reprinted the most right now, so be careful investing too much because as Pokemon's shown, booster boxes have been scarce, but ETBs have not been. Do you think loose packs on Prismatic is a bad play? Nope. That's why I'm buying them. Due to being able to weigh the the weighing packs. Paul, like I said, I don't get into all that. The weighing, scanning, whatever, metal detecting, all that. Like I said, I operate in the regular world. I don't operate in all the conspiracy world, man. So that is on you if you're worried about all that stuff. We already talked about it. I already went over all that stuff. Alt arts are the most brutal. Pulling a Sandaconda is just one big gut punch. Yeah, it is. It is, man. Dude, do you think that being a creator online takes a toll on your mental? I think to some it does. I think what's important, I talk about this all the time, PokePaster, dude, which I from the sense I've got from you, I think you're probably in the same spot I am. As long as you got a good, like support system outside of content, and this is not your life, this is like what you do as part of your life or your job, it doesn't really take a toll, right? Like you got a good wife or, for someone else, a husband, maybe you have kids, maybe you have other family and friends. You spend a good portion of your time off camera, away from the hobby, like in the real world with real people where the online world isn't that big of a deal to you. Now, to people that especially like Gen Z and the younger generation, where their whole life is kind of wrapped up online, to them, I think it takes a much harder toll. And so I would just encourage people to build a life outside of the internet so that anything on the internet is not as big of a deal to you. And I'm sure you're the same way. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, this is just something that I do. This is not like my life. And so it doesn't really take much of a mental toll on me. But yeah, I could definitely see it taking a mental toll on others, especially if they kind of wrap their whole identity and everything up into this and don't have anything else going on, no other hobbies, not a lot of friends outside of the space. It could get very dangerous. So yeah, I would implore everyone to get out of this world as much as you can, especially if you're like full-time business or a content creator. Very, very healthy. Very healthy. Will recession affect older sealed products or just mainly the new stuff still in supply, unaware how COVID affected things? Yeah, I mean, COVID's different. It's a whole different situation. You're locked inside. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You're getting checks from the government for free, all that good stuff. Content creators like Logan Paul booming, all that stuff. But guys, I think people hear words and they attach their own meanings to them and let it scare them. Recession is literally, by definition, is what 2/4 of negative GDP growth. I mean, that's not the biggest deal. It's probably not going to affect anyone's lives outside of the industries being affected. It's probably not going to affect the market. Now, if you mean like, does the economy, really take a downturn and mass layoffs and, inflation's through the roof and markets are going down and everything's, decreasing, then yeah, I could maybe see that having an effect. But no, I don't think like anything going on right now in other areas is going to affect Pokemon for the time being. So that's my take. Appreciate that, John. Thanks for watching, man. All right. That's about it, guys. Alex, last question. Have you seen the 2026 mega lineup bullish? You guys know me. I don't look at leaks, but I am bullish going all the way through this year, going into next year. I don't know. Once we get to next summer or something, maybe I'll take another look, but I can't see anything in the near term horizon to really stop the pace we're on. And I'm still very bullish in the hobby, very bullish on my investments, my purchases, still purchasing very heavily, all those good things. Last one. I got to take this one. By the way, guys, good friends with Dan. Love Dan. What do you think of Dan Ketchum-All Collectibles? Thoughts on all packs going under MSRP soon? I think he's crazy. I think he's nuts. Here is the thing about Dan. Dan, and I said this to him, and I'll say it again. He is the publicly more like reserved, or in my terms, bearish person, but privately most bullish person you'll ever meet in the hobby. The dude's more bullish than me. The dude has more in Pokemon than I do. More than I do. He's got larger inventories for his streams than I do. The dude's bullish as heck. He's constantly growing, constantly making more moves. Dude, look, I don't know if Dan says certain things so that people don't get like hurt or just wants to like pour, some water on the flames and whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't share that opinion. I think there will be sets eventually coming up here within the next year or two that do get to MSRP. I think they can definitely reprint certain sets and get into MSRP. All sets going to MSRP, that's wild. That's wild. No, I don't share that opinion, but still love Dan, still love his takes, and still learned a lot from Dan. Still continue to learn a lot from Dan, and got a great channel. Make sure you check him out, guys. He's done a lot for me in the hobby. And I mean, he's got a lot of good knowledge that'll help you guys out with, the hobby, your business, finances, all that good stuff. So, definitely no hate towards Dan. I just don't. I've always been, I think, more publicly bullish, but I swear I still think he's more bullish than me overall, just behind the scenes. But that's all I got, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the stream later tonight. And try to enjoy the hobby, man. Try to enjoy the hobby and have a good time. That's all I got. We're out.